Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Honkai Impact. Today, we shall continue the Blood Moon event, and hopefully get back Luna. If my stream will allow it. Here we go. By the sandy beach of Sapphire, a massive ship was anchored. Its hatch was wide open, as if welcoming us. I just have to move the game volume a bit further down. The ferryman intentionally stopped the boat at a place that's easy for us to reach, so he's probably waiting for us. This might be a good thing for us. At least you don't have to go through a lot of trouble finding him. But this ship gives me an ominous feeling. Are you scared, Cian? It's not too late to back out now. Once we go in, there might be no turning back. I'm just scared. Without me, do you guys really think you can rescue Teresa? Indeed. Among us, only Miss Cian can perform magic to achieve that. That's right. So I can't just leave you all on your own. Then we'll be counting on you. Hey, don't forget that the most crucial part still relies on me. Or on you. Let's put your back into it. Our fate is in your hands now. Certainly. Leave it to me. The plan must succeed. I checked the situation behind the hatch. Aside from it being dimly lit, there's no sign of enemies. We should be able to go in directly. No traps? It's almost too safe. Please rest assured, Miss Callan. Their plan has reached its final step. There's no need to use such methods to stop us. I can be so calm. Which side are you really on? I'm sorry, Miss Cian. I'm just trying to alleviate unnecessary worries for everyone. We've already come this far. There's no other choice. Indeed. The ferryman is aware of our intention to board this ship. Nevertheless, we have no alternative but to proceed and enter into his scheme. Well, things will be simpler this way. Since he has such confidence in his plans, let's beat him at his own game. Still, we should be cautious. We're not sure what cards he has up his sleeve. Based on our previous encounters, neither the ninja or Delta was easy to deal with. In any case, we decided to board the ship. There's no time to waste. The sooner we find him, the better chance we have to stop him. Yes, let's get going. As Himiko said, we passed through the hatch and entered the ship without any obstruction. Unlike what we had imagined, the interior of the ship was dilapidated, as if it could collapse at any moment. Is this really his lair? It looked quite sophisticated from the outside, but the inside is pretty ancient. Gotta say, it's quite a miracle that this thing can still move. Other than being run down, this place reminds me of Hyperion. Maybe it is the future Hyperion. It's more like identical. It's not magical fluctuation. I sense the space here is very unstable. Cian, can you pinpoint the source of the fluctuations? Over there. Cian pointed her hand toward the closed hatch ahead. If this ship had the same structure as Hyperion, that should be the location of the bridge. I believe that's the bridge. He's there. Let's go find out. Sure. Callan, give me a hand here. No, the door on this side is locked as well. Himiko and Callan used both their hands, trying to force the door open, but it didn't budge. Vita, this side is locked too. Indeed, without a power supply for the ship, this door won't open. Then what should we do? Is there another path? For the side door over there, there's another path that's leading to the energy pod's back door. It's quite old and should be easier to open. When passed by earlier, the side door seemed locked as well. This ship is really inconvenient. Is there any backup power supply? There is, Miss Brawny. In fact, this ship should have portable energy sources for emergency use, but we don't know where they are kept. Wait a minute. Something glowing on the floor over there. Huh? Is this a battery? It seems that we got lucky. This is one of the portable energy sources I was talking about. Looks like my word are good as gold today. So with this, can we directly open the door to the energy pod? I'm afraid not. The power of this energy source isn't enough to open it, but it should be enough to open the side door nearby. So we need to go to the side door to reach the energy pod's back door, right? From what it looks like now, that seems to be the case. Alright then. Moving forward is better than running around like a headless chicken. Let's get going. Yeah. Let's check out the side door. Okay. I just realized I should check what's ahead this way. Nothing. Okay. I have activated this portal, right? Okay. We're in. This is the living area of the ship. Passing through that area below will lead us to the back door of the energy pod. Quite a series of blockades. I mean, seriously, there are so many doors here. Am I supposed to find an energy source for each one? No. We can detach the energy source from the doors that are already open. That should save us some effort. Even so, we don't have enough of them. There are at least 2 locked doors over there. There should be more stored here. Let's search around. I guess we are left with no other options anyways. What a messy room. This is the ship's storage room. Once you activate the cleaning system over there, it'll automatically clean up the clutter. But with so much clutter here, it's hard to get through. Yeah, let's all think of a way together. Yep, I need to grab those. Another temporary energy source. I see that's where Delta is. Okay, so if I want to get to that one, I need to use these two. I need to grab a lot of these because I need them for the event thing. Huh? This door is pressure sensitive. It will open when a heavy object is placed on the switch. What if we remove the object? Sam took a step back from the switch, and the surrounding doors rose again. Why did it close as I stepped off? Seems that our combined weight happened to be enough to trigger this mechanism. Does it have to be all of us? Yes, but remember there's a special tool stored here that might help us activate such doors. This is a display stand in the center, with a crown made of willow branches quietly placed at its center. Perhaps because of this passage of time, the once green willow branches had turned dry and yellow, and even covered in heavy dust. I could sense its value, as well as its fragility. It's old, but I sense a strong magical aura around it. Captain, you should pick it up. Are you sure? I feel like it will shatter with a touch. It won't come to that, I assure you, Captain. All right, I'll give it a try. I cautiously lifted it up, only to find that it had weight far beyond its appearance. It's quite heavy. Wait, why is it glowing? The dried willow branches began to emit a faint light. A horn-shaped object emerged from the center of the crown out of thin air. It grew larger and larger, until it became a huge brick and dropped to the ground. That's the power it holds? Yes. Long ago it helped people build towering walls to keep floods at bay. Now its power is weakened over time and can only create a brick. I see. We can use it to trigger the mechanism. Yes. Rita, I have one more question. Does it have a name? A name? It does in a way. Back then, we called it Justice. Okay. Okay, let me try this real quick then. That was simple.
任務完了。今から私たちの問題を解決しよう。
And now I open all doors. Because I am the door opener. I want to get my energy things back. I see. Are your ears covered? Isn't this approach a bit too violent? Well, there's no other way. Everyone, step back and brace yourselves for impact. Trackers, start the detonation. The smoke dispersed. Under the drone's strafing shots, a massive crack formed in the power system's protective shields. You made this place even more broken. You best be careful of any retaliation, Brony. Don't worry, if the guy truly cared about this ship, it won't have turned into this sorry state. Looks like the door shaft is heavily worn. The smoke alarm system is broken. The main records for this control system are from years ago, and even the screens are shattered. Brony attempted to activate the emergency power supply unit, but she kept shaking her head. This heap of junk is clearly of no value to that guy anymore. Where's this ship been through exactly? It's not that bad. Take a look at this timer on the wall. It's still relatively new. Stop wandering around, Captain. Come give us a hand. This control lever is rusted, so we need to push it upwards with force. I nodded and exerted all my strength to push the control lever to its limit. The light on the ship flickered to life, barely maintaining themselves in an almost extinguished state. Let's go. The door to the bridge should be open now. The sound of electric currents resonated, and disdainful laughter emanated from the broadcast within the energy pod. Welcome. Since you've willingly come aboard this ship, I believe introductions are unnecessary. You're the owner of this ship? Not quite the owner, just a humble boatman. Ferryman. I'm glad everyone is here. You've done well, Miss Rita. In that instant, the air seemed to freeze. We involuntarily turned our gaze towards Rita, but she didn't say anything. She simply stood there quietly, wearing her usual gentle smile. What did you do, Rita? You think saying that will get what you want? Nice try. Exactly, such tricks are out of date. The voice in the broadcast remained unresponsive, only letting out another sneer. Now that you've made your choice, let's play a game. You want to get to the bridge, yeah? In the engine room on both sides there are some mechanisms. If you can take care of them, you'll reach your goal. Why should we believe what you said? Who cares about rules? We can find our way directly to the bridge and talk to you face to face. Without rewards as incentives, people naturally lose interest in games. So to make this more entertaining, I've prepared 2 welcome gifts for you. The cracked screens lighted up, splitting the image into 2. 2 familiar figures were pacing anxiously within the screens. Kasumi and Delta. They are just following my orders and guarding the mechanisms. They seem to be enduring some kind of pain. What have you done to them? Your observations are indeed keen. You might not know yet. There's a drug that can subject the human body in a short time. However, as a side effect, the subject will succumb to death within 60 minutes. When you enter the ship, I told them the final moment of battle was approaching and convinced them to take that drug. Injection vials that can neutralize the poison are stored in the engine rooms on both ends. They can be used to alleviate their pain. Whether you use them or not is up to you. Are they not working for you? Why would you treat them this way? Just reveal yourself already. Perhaps because they've been working for me, the plan has progressed so smoothly. You wicked fox. Oh, you're flattering me. Have you seen the timer on the wall? It displays the time they have left. 32 minutes remaining. Unfortunately, you've wasted too much time. The crimson numbers flickered, and in the midst of the conversation, the last digit changed once again. So what will it be? Play the game or come directly to the bridge? The decision is yours. I tried my best to get a hold of myself. The ferryman was undoubtedly buying time, but there's really only one choice. Let's split up and head to the engine rooms. That guy is scum. I need a second block, I think. Nope, I can go around this way. Wait, you're telling me I can't just go directly down? Why? Oh my gosh, this is one of those infuriating puzzles I hate. Yeah, I'm just running off into the distance at this point. I'll try to find something in front of me. I freaking really mispressed. Oop. Few moments. Oh. Callan, is the engine room this way? According to the map, yes. Miko and Callan headed off, one ahead of the other. Their breathing echoing through the empty corridor. Got no idea where these mechanisms might be. We'll have to look for them. You search this place, and I'll go that way. Okay. We failed. What? It turned out to be a waste of time. Kept crucial information from us. The mechanism in both engine rooms must be deactivated simultaneously, otherwise they'll be automatically restored. So let's do our best. Okay. Are you nervous? Is it really that obvious? Your voice gave you away. Well, we're still unsure about this kind of person we're dealing with. That girl works for the ferryman. She could be quite dangerous. Her strength is indeed formidable, but I think maybe she's not so different from us. Do you know her? Callan nodded. Her name's Kasumi. I met her twice on my missions. First time, I approached her to deliberately pass on false information. She didn't say much, and didn't raise her guard against me. She treated me like a chance encounter, even gave me a piece of candy. Second time, she saw through my false information and searched for clues about me in town. That time, I desperately hoped they could save my sister. So I left a candy wrapper in a street corner, hoping that it could give me a chance at redemption. Even though she knew I lied to her when I was nearby, she didn't raise her weapon. We exchanged information and she quietly listened to my story. Though she was still mostly silent, I could sense that she looked at me like I was someone she knew. Maybe she recognized you before you realized it? I don't know. I'm sure that her gaze was directed at me as if I were someone else. That gentle light in her eyes had nothing to do with me. Maybe to her, I was just a passing liar. Or I'll find out when you meet her later. Forget it. Someone like me shouldn't have friends to begin with. My life and my time, they're just borrowed things. Having survived till now, I dare not ask for more. What you said seemed to make sense, but you already have a friend now. Huh? How about a refreshing drink, Callan? Before she could respond, a canned drink was tossed into her hands. Thank you. Don't seem as reserved towards me as when we first met. All on this journey, you've been encouraging me a lot. Yeah? When did that start? Callan saw the red-headed girl turn around with a smile, her high ponytail dancing playfully. By the way, found the vials the ferryman mentioned. And her reached out palm, a vial reflecting pure blue under that light. Let's go. The ninja lady needs us now. What? Wait. The old kept crucial information from us. The mechanisms in both engine rooms must be deactivated simultaneously, otherwise they will automatically be restored. So let's do our best. I've already synchronized with them. Now it's time to solve some puzzles. You remember the steps we took earlier? Who'd remember that? All those confusing mechanisms? Whoever came up with this must be total nuts. Looks like we have to start from the beginning. I remember we should begin with that safety barrier. This way. See, followed Brawny, heading deeper into the engine room. The decoration on your hat looked like ears. Oh, you think they're cool too? Cool? No, I find them annoying. Oh, I get it. You want something like this too, right? No problem. I can get you something similar when we get back. I don't want it. Keep swinging around. I feel like if I stare at it for too long, it'll hypnotize me. Why else would I always recall the time when Delta and I were traversing Bubble universes, searching for clues? Perhaps because of their similar heights, she was more used to trailing behind Delta than Captain Rita. Delta might look cold, but she was surprisingly easy to talk to. What's in her mind exactly? You mean Delta? Yeah, I still remember the look on her face after the Miracle Stone was destroyed. The mission failed, but she looked relieved. Why would she even stay on that ship? Obviously doesn't care about her safety. Who knows? Maybe it's like a stray cat finding a somewhat sturdy cardboard box and deciding to go inside. I think that might exactly be it, actually. That's quite a funny guess. Can't be that simple, can it? How about we give it a try later? Prepare a box and see if Delta crawls into it? No, you offer her your ship. Exactly! Well, since she needs a reason to fight, let's give her one. You really have a twisted sense of fun. Come on, I'm just a well-intentioned rabbit. What the actual hell is this? Okay, so it can only go this way. And I switch back to the other one group. Who has a much easier freaking time. Oh, I have to do this one if I want to go back. Now, whose story do I want to start first? Let's start with Kasumi's, I guess. Actually, I should switch up and go back here for now. Okay, so these are literally teleporters. So just assassinate. So, yeah, we're going to start with Kasumi and then go to Delta. I'm just going to look at this first, though. Wait, I actually have the advanced key card, I think. Oh, I have to do the mission last words or whatever. Okay, now let's talk to Kasumi. We're here, Kasumi. Are you alright? The once swift and strong ninja was now leaning against the wall with her eyes tightly shut, seemingly enduring great pain. Ugh. She seems to have a fever. Himiko, has Miss Brony managed to analyze the vial's composition? Not yet. Give her a bit more time. Here to Kasumi. Just hold on a little longer. The pain will subside. Ninja was panting heavily. Her sweat-soaked hair clung to her pale cheeks. You're... Callan? I don't wish to harm you. I know. We're here to save you. Hey, I've got the results. Based on the preliminary assessment, the composition should be safe to use. Seems like that old fox didn't play any tricks on this one. Thanks, Miss Brony. Don't worry about it. We're all in this together. Communication was cut off. Himiko unlocked the vial's safety cap, and the blue liquid flowed in the syringe. It might hurt a little bit. No, don't. Callan, help me hold her down. Sure. The vial... No. Oh! When they're injected with the vial, it's going to be forced to fight. It's okay, it'll be over soon. It's like consoling her baby sister to take bitter medicine. Callan comforted the ninja in a soft voice. The liquid in the vial quickly diminished, and the ninja's body grew hotter. So hot. Condition seems a bit off. Are you sure the dose is safe? Why? Soul transfer experiment. Kasumi? Enough, created me arbitrarily. Signed my fate without my consent, and giving me that name. Ayamachi. If I hadn't come, if I had never existed, would you have been able to live on? I'm nothing but a tool, with nothing to my name. Already long accustomed to solitude. Why give me hope? Don't be afraid. Are you having a nightmare? Callan gently stroked the ninja's hair, trying to soothe her, but her hand was knocked aside. Don't touch me. Let her go, Callan. Maybe it's the injection's side effects. Kasumi can't tell friends and foes apart now. She's dangerous. She seems to be holding something in her hand. Maybe a clue she left for us. I can take it. Wait! She finally pried the ninja's fingers apart. There's a rainbow-colored lollipop in her hands. Huh? The next moment, the ninja flung Callan away fiercely. Leave. Don't come near me. I wonder if I'm able to juggle this person like I've juggled the last few enemies. And the answer is yes. All the human enemies in this fight, like in this whole event, you can just juggle. Oh, I actually couldn't just juggle them. They've learned their lesson. It's still not a hard fight, though. And that's Kasumi down. The gloss of the blooming sakura dispels the darkness of the night. In the quiet night, pink petals fell gently and covered the ground. She was a sharp blade, a fatal weapon groomed to be a ninja. Obeying orders was her instinct. Being needed by others was the purpose of her existence. She had expected it, but hearing that command still brought her a pang. Why? The plitchback cloak disappeared behind the door. The unspoken words stayed unsaid. The ninja self-depreciatingly smiled and drank the potion. She had long grown accustomed to walking in the dark and to being abandoned. Now you don't need me anymore, do you? The nightmares of the past entwined her heart like thorns. She seemed to hear someone calling her name, yet it felt like an illusion. Now it's finally ending, but why does my heart feel so much regret? A droplet fell onto the back of her hand. Please, you must wake up. Kasumi. How are you feeling now? Sorry, It's okay. I'm glad you're awake. I know you had no choice, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm Himiko. No, wait. The mechanisms are not yet. Don't worry, we've already taken care of them. Miss Brawny and Miss Siren also handled the ones on their end, so it's safe now. Well then, let's part ways here. The ninja turned around, supporting herself against the wall, and took a step forward. Where are you going? If being treated like this, are you still going to obey his commands? Kasumi, he's using you. I know. Don't worry, I won't die easily. Ever since I can remember things, I've been alone. I've long accepted the reality of being a tool. Shouldn't be like that. You're not a tool. It's okay, Callan. Being useful is enough for me. But now, I'm no longer needed. I don't know where to go anymore. A hand gently grabbed the ninja's arm. How about coming with us? The girl with white hair looked at her earnestly, shaking the lollipop in her hand. The iridescent wrapper created shimmering ripples in her eyes. How'd you get this? You were holding on to it, so I thought it might be something important. I mean, that's not what I wanted to tell you. We're headed to the bridge. It's not too late to say goodbye after you've figured things out and find a new purpose in life. Our immediate concern is getting that ferryman guy a good beating. Who does he think he is? Not only has he messed up the world, but he's also treated those who work for him as mere pawns. This kind of guy needs a hard lesson or two. When we meet that ferryman later, don't go easy on him, okay? Kasumi smiled weakly. She was pondering what to say in this situation, when her ears caught a subtle disturbance in the air. The next moment, the echoing metallic corridor magnified the sound, and the chaotic cries reverberated like summer thunder. Just as I expected, his plans are never simple. Let's go, Kasumi. We need to regroup with the others. And now it's Delta's turn. In the dim space, blue-pink paint splattered everywhere. It was a concrete manifestation of Delta's emotions. Judging from the amount of splatter, she's emotionally unstable. Did you find her? Not yet. She's pretty short. If she's squatting in some corner, it's actually really hard to spot her. Oh well. Let magic lend a hand then. Don't move. The drone captured a thermal image, and it's getting closer. Even without help from any device, Siren could hear faint trembling breaths and the sound of a massive sword scraping the ground. Hey Delta, you're just in time. It's been a few days and you look terrible. Get lost. Uh-oh. Looks like we're not welcome here. Gotta chill out. This injection is mostly safe and will make you feel better. Don't move. You're getting this injection, so you just have to bear it. The sound of glass shattering rang out. Delta had snatched the syringe and smashed it against the wall. The sharp glass had sliced her hand as she began to sober up. I told you to get lost. You hate getting shot that much. What do you think we should do, little Siren? Have to force it on her, of course. Luckily, we've got another syringe here. Don't touch me. Oh, you're all deaf. Go away. Is that how you treat friends? Said before, we're enemies. Get out of my sight, now. Well, that's not up to you. I don't care if your brain's messed up or if you're on some convoluted mission. If I have to knock you down to make sure you survive, I'll do it. Yep, and this is actually going to be the easier fight between the two, I think. Just because I can do this. And then while I'm charging, Brawny can do her thing. Yeah, another juggle. And cut. I don't know why, that's like one of my favorite ultimates. Oh, I thought that would end it. Now it's over though. Fight. I must keep fighting. Why raise such a big sword? Why keep on running? None of it matters. Can't look back as long as she's alive. If she doesn't stop, she'll be able to find a thread of old memories in this pure white nightmare. But eventually, she fell, collapsing heavily into the snow, unable to move at all. Transparent, icy snowflakes fell one after another, covering her soft and comfy like a cozy quilt. She remembered her childhood, as she was always the one who hated getting out of bed, especially in winter. Idiot. If you don't get up now, I'm going to eat your breakfast. You can't do that because I'll drag you back into bed. Let go of me. Just sleep a bit long with me. Think about it. It's so cold outside. If we can just lie here in the warm bed and watch the snow, think how comfortable it'll be. The biting cold air stimulated her airways. She couldn't help but cough a few times. I'd love to hear her call me idiot again. She laughed at herself. This desire buried so deep under the snow would never come true now. Idiot. My patience running thing. Wake up, do you hear me? If you can get away with hitting me on the head with that sword, it's like finding a piece of broken glass in a candy, or biting into a big piece of ginger while eating stewed potatoes. Delta felt like she was choking. What's with the ruckus? I just wanted to rest for a while. Hey, what are you doing? Delta opened her eyes and found herself lying at the center of a series of magic circles. A pair of scissors lay next to her face, and the bizarre patterns on the scissors emitted an oddly disconcerting light. Lucky you. You woke up before Little Siren tried using revival magic for the first time. They say that magic was found in some forbidden books, and if anything goes wrong, you might grow 4 ears or 8 legs. It's really a stroke of luck that it wasn't used on you. Why didn't you stop her? Why would I? She was working hard to save you. You just want to see me grow 4 ears, didn't you? It'd be fascinating, don't you think? Forget it. I've got no time to deal with you. I have things to do. I have to go. She stood up, intending to leave, but instead bumped into Siren's rosy nose as she turned around. Stop. You're crying again. You can't be this concerned about an enemy. Don't get delusional. I'm not concerned about you. I just have to wake you up. Beating up someone whose mind is clouded by nightmares doesn't give me a sense of accomplishment. Ha! How childish. It's not a nightmare, but a rare, pleasant dream. Delta closed her eyes and smiled, as if savoring the bittersweet snow in her dream. Has she really woken up? Doesn't seem like it. Ronnie shook her head and made an exaggerated expression of hopelessness. Hey, your voices are too loud, even when you whisper. What bad luck to run into you? By the way, where's your captain? I'm guessing your captain's come along too. You guessed it right. You'll know where Captain is soon enough. What? She was interrupted by a sudden loud noise. That sound. Did you already take care of all of the mechanisms in the engine rooms? Don't worry, they were taken care of long ago. It sounded like it came from far away. Judging from the direction, it seemed to be coming from the central passage. Could it be? You know, Captain always marches into danger alone. I never listens to others. We need your help after all. You're very skilled and know the lay of the land. What's to me? This is your captain, not mine. For a moment, a slightly forlorn expression appeared on Delta's face. She rubbed her eyes, then hummed nonchalantly. Funny. Seeking help from enemies. Is that what your captain taught you? Can't be bothered with that. I just found you agreeable. They plan for suitable candidates, but there's only one idiot named Delta. What do you say? Are you interested in taking on a mission? The reward is quite generous. Hey, don't lump me in with the likes of you. But I'll take you up on your offer. Just this once. Ronnie winked at Siren and whispered cheerfully. See? The little animal has entered the box. Let's go meet up with everyone. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Tell me. Hey! So it literally needs me to switch characters. Like, wow. At the same time, Captain, the 2 engine rooms have been cleared, and Miss Delta, as well as the ninja, are both recovering. Nodding, I shot a darting glance toward the front of the passage. Bathed in the shadows, a swarm of enemies surged forth like a tide. Now it's our turn. Guy's famous for pulling stunts like this, so it doesn't come as a surprise. Nevertheless, the sheer amount of Honkai beasts here is astonishing. Be able to command that many Honkai beasts and simultaneously launch a sneak surprise attack to this central passage. There's no pushover we're dealing with here, Miss Rita. Can't be helped. The Fairmare is not someone to be trifled with. There's someone who never leaves any loose ends. If you want to end this here and emerge victoriously, you'll have to be exceedingly cautious. Same old tricks as usual, if you ask me. Honest person never plays dirty. Don't let me ever catch you slipping like that, Captain. I wouldn't dare. Figure as much. You and the ferryman are as different as chalk and cheese. I still remember what you said to me when I first met you. Carmen clammed up all of a sudden, and her ears turned red. There's nothing worth mentioning. Let's just focus on the matter at hand. Well, as for the here and now, how's the preparation going, Master Kongmi? Those beasts are chomping at the bit to tear us to shreds. All done. The circle is complete. Come on, let's clear a path through them. Goodbye, you two. Okay, so I literally have these two. Okay. I really should get... I really should get my actual Starlight Astral up to SS rank. I have a feeling there's gonna be a second wave. Knew it. That wasn't too hard.
思い出はローズマリーの花言葉です。
So now it lets me through here. Okay. What's up with this door? It won't budge. Sorry, but the ferryman seems to have somehow sealed the door of the bridge. No surprise there. Set everything under this control right from the start. If it had chosen to skip the game and head directly to the bridge, it wouldn't have changed much. Maybe we should meet with Miss Brawny. Her drone could potentially create an opening from above. No, time isn't on our side. We don't know how much time the ferryman needs to ignite those ether anchors, or how long the bubble universe's link with Luna will last. Seeing as the structure of this ship is similar to the Hyperion, there may be a way to enter the bridge directly from the deck. Seems valuable to me. More or less, I mean. Simple yet feasible. My favorite. Come on, the deck isn't far from here. Oop, that's not the way I need to go. I need 5. Wait. Doesn't let me place it in the water. Got it. Oh, it literally locked me out of this side. This looks like a storage room. Push. And I have to get this chest. No chest left unharvested. I should only need to do this once more, I assume. Oh, there's actually something down there. There's water everywhere. There's no way we can get through this. Wait, what's that? Ahead of us, placed on the exhibition stand, was a shining piece of crystal. The biting chill it gave off rendered everyone nearly immobile. That was once an ether anchor, and the heart of a world. To stop the bubble universe from deteriorating, the mountain god of that world used their own heart to freeze it. Both protected and suffocated that world all at once. Only when the sprites awoke from the frozen springs was it finally removed from the everlasting frost. Afterwards, this core wound up in that master's hands. Though it ceased to be an ether anchor in the wake of that bubble universe's destruction, it can still lower the surrounding temperature in the blink of an eye. In other words, it's capable of freezing things instantly? Precisely. Freeze the water then, so we can pass. Let's get started. We have to stop this. Oh no. Okay, that was a very simple puzzle, actually. And I did that at literally the worst possible timing. Oop. I literally have to hit that at the right angle. Okay, turn around. I need to grab the chest first. And then I'll come back. So I have to go all the way up top and then around? Yeah. Can I actually go down this? Okay, so I'm not at the right level for that yet. There was neither a hint of sound nor a shred of light. The bridge was submerged in complete darkness. I even began to doubt whether or not the ferryman was truly there. Having fun, Captain? The lights on the bridge illuminated one by one. You're too slow. You wasted more time than I expected. Directly in front of us, the ferryman sat on the rickety bridge, their monotone voice laced with a slight tinge of disappointment. Looking around, I found no trace of the ether anchor. You had the choice to proceed directly to the bridge, but instead you opted to split off into three groups, like a bunch of lemmings running toward themselves straight off a cliff. Truly fascinating. And if you want to save your enemy, what a hopeless case you are. I'm not like your kind. I care nothing about Delta and that ninja's identity. I want to help everyone equally. I respect all my opponents, even if our paths cross. I'll always be victorious fair and square. I never resort to underhanded tactics like you. The sonorous sound of applause cracked through the space. Bravo. Marvelous speech indeed. But what are you really after? Have you come to snatch the ether anchor? Unfortunately, I don't believe you're quite capable of controlling them just yet. Or is that you want to save those in the bubble universe? Preposterous! What can you possibly hope to achieve? Never hurts to try. Plus, we're far from the same. How can you be so certain I'm going to fail? Because I've tried. Every last iteration possible. The ferryman's voice was surprisingly calm. See the box to your right? Open it. Captain, be careful. Let me open it. It's fine. There's nothing but a button inside. Odorous poison gas is being released into this room as we speak. Press that button and the bridge door will open, causing the gas to leak into the passage. That's sayonara, dear friends. If you do nothing, then the gas will remain in this room and both of us will perish. Now make your choice. All of our faces are in your hand. You're freaking shitting me. What was that you were saying about us being so different? I'm not so sure I agree. Toss the box to the side. A meaningless question with no answer. There's no poison gas. You're smarter than you look. I get it now. You only gave the ether anchor to Luna to take advantage of her, and let her form a connection with the Teresas, even though you knew it would burn her in the end. They were never anything more than pawns to you. How incisive you are. You finally understood the true nature of my plan. I suppose just to thank you for dragging those Teresas back from the World Rift. They'll make for fine kindling when the ether anchor goes up in flame. Is this some kind of sick joke? You can't wrap your puny brain around it, can you? Understandable. You'll get used to it once you're experienced enough. If I succeed, Luna and those Teresas will be the ultimate sacrifice. And those bubble universes that I've linked, all correspond to those ether anchors, will embrace order once again. No longer will there be any need to worry about the inevitable decline that fate has in store. You'll be able to remain adrift in the sea of Quanta indefinitely. Isn't that what I've always wanted? You'll be free from sheltering the lost and displaced from all those fragmented worlds. I used to be just like you, reluctant to let go, always wanted to save everyone. I've exhausted all the possibilities, but it's a lost cause. And I finally come to the realization that a fairy tale ending is precisely that, a fantasy. Sacrificing a few to ensure the survival of many. Is that not a wise decision? It would put an end to all those doomed futures, and it can only be done by me. In what world would that be considered saving them? This rambling tirade of yours is merely you attempting to convince yourself of your own mania. All those pontifying on the many and the few. People's lives are not something for you to weigh on a scale. You have no right to dictate someone else's life. And naive, if you want to make an omelet, you've got to break some eggs. In order to save more people, a small sacrifice is unavoidable. The whole reason I didn't release the gas was because our teammates are outside as well as inside. So honestly, I either release it and kill 4 of my teammates, or keep it in and kill myself and 2 of my teammates. How about I start with you? Ferryman grinned, and before I had any time to react, a blade was pressed against my throat. Then just as quickly, there was a flash of light, and the blade was shattered in 2. Just in the nick of time. The drone carved a celebratory arc through the air. Brony and Siren were the first to rush in, followed by Himiko, Kallen, Delta, and Kasumi. Stop right there, Ferryman. So this is how it's gonna be, huh? Fine. So be it. Now I won't have to dispose of you individually. The caustic chortle. The ferryman produced an ether anchor from under his black robe. Watch out! Don't let them combust the ether anchor. Next, I shall invite you all to witness perfection. Can I actually change this? Yes, I can! Okay, 10 seconds after 4 by 3. I think I'm gonna go with this team. It's 3 different types, so it should work. Wait, I literally do no damage. I don't think I am. It's not letting me control my freaking characters. What? Vision of the world like an ant. Farewell, Captain of Hyperion. All was lost. Never stood a chance. The ferryman had gained absolute power. For us to have even lasted so long was a miracle in itself. Long enough for our plan to be smoothly carried out. Take we're proceeding in the right direction? We are. I can feel the ether anchors right ahead, but can we really stop the ferryman? We know nothing about who we're going up against. Their strength is difficult to estimate. I've run through hundreds of potential causes of actions, but the implementation is bound to be flawed. I just needed to take a drink, quick. Once the ferryman combusts the ether anchor, the consequences will be irreversible. Or, we deliberately focus on the weak points. So you want to use the ferryman to get to the crux of the matter. Close but not quite. Remember the ferryman's goal? He wants to harness the massive energy produced by the ether anchor to create a world rift in the boundless ocean. Perhaps at some point, I can seize an opportune moment and enter the rift. Seeing as Luna refuses our help, I'll go in myself and bring her back. It's a rather bold plan. Do you realize what you're saying? When the ferryman tears open the world rift, the ether anchor will have already combusted. By the time you return, it'll be too late. Perhaps it's not totally irreversible. Based on the experience of the Teresas, time of the world with passed at a different speed than reality. If Miss Cyan and I were to interfere, perhaps we can make you return the same way you came. I can use magic to mark the point in time after you enter the rift, and then essentially employ reverse construction to reverse it and bring you back. Rule will alert you with a signal to let you know before the time ends. But this is all heavily theoretical. We have no idea how the world will function. How long will it last? Can you find Luna with the limited time we'll have? You better be prepared. I know. Not only that, the ferryman will be there when we reverse everything, so chances are that he'll know what our plan is. That's not a problem. As long as we make enough of a scene to attract their attention, it'll be fine, right? I was saying we use the drone. Oh, don't you worry about it. I was bored stiff the other day. So I took some scrap metal from Miss Kongman's warehouse and assembled them into this clunker. Did you just say scrap metal? Well, it's not like you're going to need the armillary sphere anytime soon anyway. Brony, how many times have I told you? Brony's the only one capable of getting Kongming so riled up. Even now, just thinking about it caused a fit of laughter to escape from between my lips. But now is not the time to sit idly by, reminiscing. We set foot on this perilous path in order to achieve an ending where everyone can smile. It may be a long and winding road. It might all be wishful thinking in the end. Perhaps our fate have no hopes of intertwining ever again. But even so, I will follow its course to the very end, without hesitation. So this is the end of the world, is it? It's so unremarkable. In the deserted passage was a ghostly spectre. She knelt helplessly on the ground, her hands covering her face. Is this the hell where the vampires are supposed to return to? Why is it so different than what's portrayed in the books? So empty here. I feel nothing except the passage of time. Still breathing, and everything I'm witnessing here still feels real. But my chest feels so tight, and my heart is filled with this terrible nothingness. Since I met that person, my heart has been racing non-stop, so I must still be alive, right? But how? The Death Anchor should have erased my entire existence. How can my heart still be beating like this? She'll build a bridge for you, the girl under the crimson moon. All you must do is traverse through the haze of the dreamland and return to the moonlight. I'm calling me. It must be that human's partner. Just doesn't know when to quit. You are so annoyingly persistent, human. Why can't you just listen to me? You will wear me out like this. I must move on. Get as far away from you as possible until the end of time. The small figure stood up and started running ahead. She was right here. Those times were engraved in her memories, and I quickly walked into them. Storybooks, homo dolls, and everything else she loved flashed before my eyes. I followed those traces forward, allowing time to keep my body rooted. To catch up to her, I must merge into the traces that she left behind. Promise I'll find you, even if I have to follow you to the end of time itself. My legs moved instinctively, as if possessed, carrying me along the road toward an unknown destination. So what you're saying is I just have to keep moving. Never once did the girl's figure stop. Even with me right behind her, there was nothing I could do to add even a hint of color in her world. Human, you must be safe now. There must be 10 years between us. This is the world with the domain of time. With every step I take, untold amount of time has passed in the outside world. However, time never seems to pass any slower to me. I want to see you. I miss your face every waking moment. So badly that it hurts. So unfair that it was me and me alone who couldn't stay by your side. You must still be looking for me. Looking for a way to save me. But I can't stop. I must go on. I can't let you find me. I will find you eventually, Luna. How long had I been walking? Even the concept of time had become an abstraction. Yet that lone figure still continued, undaunted. How far have I gone? Must be about 100 years. Will your heart pang when I think of you? Live a full life and remember me. Remember me. Forever and evermore. But I knew you wouldn't listen to me and resign yourself to living a long and happy life. You never listened to me before, so why would you start now? To think that you're still alive, and gray hair and wrinkles on your face. You must be a sorry sight to behold. Even now you must have never forgotten about me. You promised me you wouldn't, and you never once lied to me. Now I wish I could see your face now, even if it were but a glimpse from afar. That would be enough. So Luna's been stuck in what feels to her at least 100 years already. Like, wow, that would... This is gonna be 1,000. The figure seemed to have grown taller. Her gait was unhurried, but she was still all alone. La la la. Time passes mercilessly, claiming lives and longing alike. Have 1,000 years turned you into bone and ash? Have they left you in an oblivion? I've learned my lesson not to ask for you, so you can sleep soundly amongst the comfort of your dreams. I've gotten used to not thinking of you, so you can rest peacefully in your sepulchral slumber. Even though 1,000 years have passed, I still find myself unable to get you out of my mind. For me, 1,000 years have merely made me a little taller, whereas for you, you have long been reduced to dust. How can you be so gentle yet so ephemeral? Oh, I have longed for you, and yet you gave me no time, so all I am filled with now is regret. Why didn't I take several more wishes on that day? Why didn't I ask for you to shower me with more compliments? Why didn't I ask for you to hug me? Did I not tell you that was my last wish? How could I possibly bother you with new demands? But you would see me as greedy. But, vampires are greedy by nature. Why should I bear the curse of immortality, that I would never get the pleasure of seeing your ghost? The figure slowly grew taller, transforming into someone I didn't recognize. She continued forward, walking alone, though occasionally she would stop and look back. No matter how long it takes, no matter where you are, you will always find me. No matter how many I look at, I still find you a hopeless fool. Well, you lost. You couldn't find me. How far have I gone? I have no idea. But I'm sure it's far enough for you to fall behind. This place is my home. My final destination. There's nothing here. But I'll never feel bored. Don't you worry about me. Without you, everywhere is the same to me. But still hurts. My heart continues to beat, but the inside is so hollow nothing can fill this black void in my heart. Would you find me? Would you manifest yourself here and stand before me? Could you still recognize me? No, you must not find me, or else we would turn out the same as before. What good is it ruminating on this? I must have died long ago. How could I wish for anything different? But the pain is all-consuming and undeniable. Every moment in which you are not in my mind is torture. There's something streaming down my face. It's all your fault. It's all your fault for saying what you did with so much certainty. You gave me so much hope. If I stop here, will you? Will you find me? She stopped walking and disappeared amid the white light. I knew this was where the journey ended. Time would erase all, even destiny itself. But our faith in each other would never fade. This would be our moment of reunion. As I passed through too much time, my body began to fuse with her traces, and my clothes became the Homu doll in her memories. It would be childish to meet you all looking like this, but you've always loved Homu dolls. No matter how long it takes, no matter where you are, I will bring you back. I've already traveled 10,000 years. This time I must hold you tight. Do I actually get her as a playable character right now? Nope. I'm actually switching out her for
新しい冒険
her. That way I can just have off field. Oh no, I forgot to switch the last character. Shit. I'm trying to look straight, but it doesn't let me look straight.
人類どうしてダメよ早く離れなさい
Without actually having a character, this looks weird.
人類あなたってわがままよね
Her smile thinly hid a sea of pain. Never had I seen such a tragic smile. I can finally see you again. How long I've waited to see you once again. You've always had a special place in my heart. No matter what disguise you adopt, I'll always recognize you by your scent. I know that you're not one to give up, that you're looking for me. That's why I've been hiding from you all this time. But we have already said our goodbyes. It'd be wrong to see one another again after such a farewell. It took me so much to make up my mind and leave. So long to sever the tangled strings of fate. Why couldn't you just keep your word? The moment the word goodbye escaped from my lips, I wanted to take it back, but I must leave. And I must get as far away from you as possible. Far enough for the world to forget my existence. As long as I still haunt your dreams. As long as my name still echoes in your mind. As long as you can live a happy life. But you, why are you so stubborn? I know, I do too. Though it's clear to me that we shouldn't be meeting again. I've been powerless to prevent my mind from dwelling on this moment and how it could all go down. We would embrace and take one another in our arms like this. How I've missed you so much. Every second of every day, your image finds its way into my mind. Let me hold you a little while longer, till the curse of fate befalls me. That curse has been lifted. Has it really been so long? You look just as you always did before. Nothing has changed about you. Not your smell, nor the warmth of your body. Hold on. Is this all too much? Self-doubt crept into her face as she nervously avoided my gaze. Will you still like me as now as you did then? Of course. Do you mean what you say? Don't lie to me. This isn't some joke. Do you hear that ticking? Like the sound of a timer? Are we running out of time? It's okay, I know what you want. You want to take me away from here, yes? Sorry. If I returned, I have a target on my back. My very existence would be in defiance of the rules of that world. So I've made my decision. I'll remain here until the end. Don't worry about me. I'm no longer the little girl I was before. I don't fear being alone or isolated. Besides, now that we've met once again, my world is filled with all sorts of wonder. Luna surreptitiously loosened her grip. So we should say goodbye with a smile on our faces this time. Hug her tighter. Do not let her go. Hmm? You have to let me go. Don't let go. I said let me go. To have had the chance to see you again is more than I could ever hope for. I am content. I don't want to press my luck. I don't want to lose you all over again. So let me go, please. Don't let go. How stubborn you are. Can't you listen to me just this once? So much tenderness. Yet so much determination. Don't let go. Let go, I'm begging you. If you keep this up, I won't be able to keep my resolve. I want you to be honest. I want to be with you. Of course. I want so much that it hurts. Every second I've been here has been spent thinking about you. Every time my mind conjures up your face, my heart races. It's the only reminder that I'm still alive. You're the very reason I'm here. How could I possibly bring myself to separate yet again? Came prepared. Leave it all to me. Your persistence is remarkable. Time and time again, you cause me to make choices that are in direct opposition to my will. Come back with me, Luna. All right. But you must promise me something. She inhaled deeply, preparing to blow out the candles on a birthday cake. It was you who broke my hard-earned resolve. Made me greedy and obstinate. So I don't want to be apart from you ever again. I nodded enthusiastically. Tick-tock. That was the sound of the countdown ending. a signal that my partners and I agreed on. Once I bring Luna back, the fluctuations she caused will be neutralized. The single alien that burned for the world rift had lost its connection with the last Teresa, and no longer moved. Now was the chance to defeat the ferryman. The gentle breeze caressed my ears, and the road behind me crumbled rapidly into multicolored dots. I held Luna's hand tightly in mine. This time, I would never let go. Farewell, Captain of Hyperion. Struggle with all your might like the ant you are. It was the ferryman's voice. I saw Siren's magical stars shining a bright, brilliant light, and Baroni's drone following Kongming's feather fan. I saw Delta shielding Himiko from attack with a two-handed sword, the ninja's swift and agile movements, and the desperation in Callan's eyes. Afterwards, the breeze brought with it the familiar scent of flowers, and gone was the white nothingness before me. Captain, Miss Luna, welcome back. Okay, so it actually did put her on the team. I'm essentially using all the characters I can use off screen in Siren. Or Siren. Or Silen. Just die. That was actually very simple. It's actually quite good. Oh, now I have to use this other team. This little guy's with wide area attacks. And now the last three, I'm guessing? Or is there not another enemy? Yep, there's another enemy. Oh, there's only two on this one. The most annoying one only gets two. Of course. Oh, that's how this one works. That's a chainsaw. Yes! Luna gets the final blow. Did we win? Oh, come on. We're back to this old ship again. Have you seen the ferryman? The last thing I remember is the ground shaking something terrible. Perhaps the space that he constructed collapsed. Perfection, I believe he called it. I know we'll be seeing him around again. I beg to differ. He may well be feigning weakness to make us complacent. Once our guards are down, he'll strike. I agree. He's a clever one. He could be hiding somewhere conserving his strength as we speak. I'm amazed to hear such perceptive thinking from you. That visit to the World Rift must have been good for your brain. That's hardly the only change I underwent. Besides, you're adorable when you're all confused, you know that? You... This look is wonderful. That's enough, you two. Now's not the time to be bickering. Who wants to argue with a child anyway? Who wants to argue with a child anyway? One moment they're fine, and the next they're at each other's throats. How come they're both looking at me? The current situation is uncertain, to say the least. The most important thing is that we remain vigilant. The ferryman knows the ship like the back of his hands, so if he wanted to recuperate, this would be the perfect spot. Since we've been sent back here, perhaps he has as well. We'll split into 2 pairs to search the area. No problem. Let's go, Miss Kongming. No need to look so mad all the time. I'm not mad. Yep, turn to the bridge again. There was neither a hint of sound nor a shred of light. The previously inaccessible door now lay wide open and was completely unguarded. This was anything like the Hyperion. A little alarm would trigger the second we set foot on the bridge. However, all that activated was some dim lighting. Watch out, Captain. It's alright. Ferryman doesn't have the strength to play any more tricks. About time you showed up. Out with it. Where'd you hide those ether anchors? This was probably his plan all along, actually, now that I think about it. The ferryman leaned on the rail, not answering. Been waiting for you. You followed the clues I placed like a good little boy. You found Luna, came onto the ship, and now you're here to fight me with all you've got. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Or to be precise, I didn't disappoint myself. The final reveal is the ferryman was actually the captain all along. You're insane. I think you've already noticed that the structure of the ship is somewhat familiar, yes? But you might not have realized that it shares the same name as your ship, the Hyperion. You must be burning with curiosity. That's why you rummaged through my collection. But I'm not your future. And the current you is not my past. You know there is no aspiration I abandoned. The great cause I could not achieve. The answer left unchosen among countless past choices. I used to devote myself to traveling from one bubble universe to another, giving the place somewhere they could call home. But as you know, even Hyperion has its limits. I was in urgent need of a plan to save everyone. Exhausted all the possibilities I could think of. I found myself unable to progress. If you want to lift a heavy box, you must first put down what you have in your hands. But by the time I came to that realization, I was already far too gone on a devious path. All of my old friends had long since deserted me. It was already too late for me to turn back. I'd sacrificed far too much in the name of my promise. For the home that I hoped everyone would have. To stop now would be unthinkable. I carry their hopes and dreams with me. Even though I know what awaits me is a free fall down a bottomless abyss. I still have to go for it. And that was when you separated from me. At that time I merely considered you a fragile being who appeared by sheer happenstance. You couldn't possibly meddle with my plans, even if I left you to your own devices. But you were so stubborn, so unexpectedly obstinate that you made countless observations all for a young vampire. For a future where everyone gets to live. Giving up simply isn't in your blood, nor is resigning yourself to an imperfect ending, even if it is ordained by fate. You brought an idea into my head. Had I chosen differently, how would everything have turned out? Perhaps you can accomplish what I cannot. I decided to continue observing you, and thus arranged for Richa to be in your company. You already know what happened after. Apart from that, I didn't interfere too much with your actions. You managed to survive until this moment all on your own. You have become an entirely different person from me. Whereas I've spewed one lie after the other and broken all my promises. No one remains by my side. I've passed on this poison to my only friends, only for them to truly abandon me. I failed them. In the end, I couldn't save anyone. Be that as it may, to break their hearts like this is going one step too far. Stand up, we're not going to part on our merry ways after you spew out another half-baked monologue. If you really want to apologize, walk up to Delta and cast me and do it properly. What could just sitting there muttering to yourself do to anyone? Stand up, if you want to end your own life, be my guest. Just wait until you've given them a proper explanation before you off yourself. I yanked at the ferryman's sleeve, but he seemed to have completely given up. Remained limp as I pulled him up to his feet. He was surprisingly heavy, and I lost my balance. The next thing I knew, he was dragging me to the ground. The ether anchors hidden under his black robe came tumbling out, and rolled all over the ground. Each of them was intact and wrapped in a transparent sphere. Captain, Something isn't right about this. He never planned to do it in the first place. The black robe fell off, exposing the recorder strapped on the ferryman's chest. My movements just now did nothing to it, as the auto continued on and off incessantly. Have you ever observed the ants? On their shoulders are aspirations and expectations, but in the end they always come out empty-handed. They always tell themselves that they come a long way, yet in hindsight, they find that they have actually marched a very short distance. I'm no more than an exhausted ant going round and round, trapped in the circle drawn by fate. The body in the black robe had long been reduced to dust, leaving only the recorder playing with its remaining power. I believe in you. You are made to reach the future. There has been a chance. When I came back to my senses, I'd already reached the beach. There you go. These are the only ones left. What a mess. I can only find these parts too. Well, Miss Kongming. Your turret-type laser launcher, no, your artillery sphere is beyond repair. How about you consider making it into something else, or make a new one? Stay positive. If the old never left, how can it make place for the new? Save your excuses. Keep searching. Hey, have you seen Delta? No, I've been looking for the parts. You mean the human with the tail? She may still be on the old ship. She isolated herself in the room and played video games like her life counted on it. Shh. Come on now. You want to comfort her? I'm not that kind-hearted, but it could be fun watching her have a hard time. What do you say? Want to come with? Alright, Ninja, you're leading the way now. Aren't you familiar with that ship? I passed them one by one. Everyone looked relieved, save Delta and the silent ninja. The tides had ebbed, though there were still wet trails left on the beach. Time would always erase them completely. I stopped on a beach without any footprints on it. Maybe it was due to the distance, but their voices could be heard on and off. Has everything really come to an end? From now on, Kongmi, Luna and I would never enjoy lasting peace in any bubble universes. What awaited us would only be endless drifting in the sea. But that did not matter. Most importantly, we were still together. The only thing I wished for was to travel with everyone. Captain, Rita, you okay? She looked a little surprised, and then her voice curled into a sad smile. I'm fine. As an old friend, I think that she would have been satisfied with this ending. The past is the past, though it's hard to accept for now. Time will eventually push people to move on. By the way, why are you here alone, Captain? What's caught your interest? The ants. Are there ants even on the beach? Yeah, I just noticed it too. Orita, have you tried yet? Reaching out my finger, I drew a circle around several ants on the beach. So the ants will always stay confined in a circle that appeared out of nowhere. Because ants rely on smell instead of their sight to discern directions. When I drew the circle, they left a strange scent in the sand, so the ants think it's uncharted territory ahead and hesitate when the edge of the circle. However, as time flies by, the senses will eventually fade away and the ants will gradually adapt to and understand the environment they're in. So, you see, the moonlight danced on the sea as the fluorescent creatures around the shoreline bobbing on the waves. On the somewhat wet beach, an ant lingered around the circle. After cocking its head to one side for a while, it set foot on the circle tentatively, and then walked straight out of that circle. That was the last of the main missions. Which means it's the end of the event. Let's see how far I can go with how much I've saved up. Level 37. Yeah, that's the end of the captain's storyline completely, if I'm remembering correctly. Captain, do you remember we passed a flood area when we headed for the bridge before? Sure, there must have been a leak somewhere. Otherwise, how could you explain all the water? Ronnie scanned the area and pinpointed the leaking area spot to be near the deck. She also noticed there was something stored deep in there. However, there appeared to be an energy banner on the exterior that prevented Bronny from proceeding further with the scan. There, is it trying to protect something? No idea, but I can't deny that I'm a little intrigued. Should we head back to the deck and check it out? Absolutely. Let's go. Oh, so I need to go down further that way. Hey, Captain, good timing. Can you lend me a hand? What's the matter? Considering upgrading that ship of yours, but without suitable materials, I've been putting it off until now. What have you found? Don't you get it, Captain? We don't need to search for any materials at all. They're right under our noses. Are you talking about the ship itself? Bingo. Sure, the gadgets on the ship have seen better days, but most of them can still be put of use. Let's go scavenging. The left and right engine of the ship should be useful. There's coolant leaking everywhere, which makes it difficult to get to the engine cabin. Such a battered condition. What a waste. Well, maybe it was a big hassle for him. Who knows? Found all sorts of devices here that can control the levitation bridges. Perhaps you can use them to pass the coolant safely. I'm gonna get that chest and then probably end it with the stream. I got the emblem. But I think that's the end. I don't even own that battle suit, I'm just buying it just because. I am a bit depressed that that's going to be the end of the captain's storyline. But anyways, that's when we end the stream for the day. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.